my leg. And of course, yeah, I had no insurance. I didn't know people had no insurance over there.
Yeah,
I thought like in Germany, you work, you have insurance.
yeah.
Very, natural. And they say, well, you have to go to the poverty hospital. And I said, okay, so I go to poverty hospital in the Bronx.
Nice area.
And I would put my dog in there.
This is what, the 70s? The 60s? That was good.
Well, not in that hospital. So I said, no. So I got another job, and I worked for Scandinavian Airlines. And the boss says after a few months, so I say, oh, my leg hurts. And he says, you can go, a free trip, send me to Germany so I can have it taken care of. This is how I got back without having to pay. In Germany, I worked for European exchange system because I was bilingual and I got insurance immediately.
Of course.
After 5 weeks, I go to the doctor. He was a professor, and he says you gotta have surgery because the tumor is to the bone.
Yeah.
And I said, but I had insurance. But it was private hospital in a villa.
Well, sometimes.
And Professor wife, she cooks, and she was a fabulous cook. And there's nothing wrong with my mouth or my stomach.
Yeah.
But they cut my leg and they put in plastic. I have plastic in my leg.
Yeah.
What is that, a flan?
No.
Flan.
Oh,
Flan.
Midnight.
No, put a spoon in.
be sure.
Oh,
Merci.
50-50. And so
I'll take a spoon and
my
put
body
it in for everybody.
tried to reject the plastic.
Yeah.
And so the professor says, oh, this is not good. Because he said, well, we can, it's no problem taking it out, but what do we put in
Yeah.
to make, that big hole?
Yeah.
But they had a new, at that time, very new plastic. It was experimental.
Yeah. You were like.
And I was a guinea pig.
Yes, you were like. You were like a cobaya
Yeah.
at the time.
But, so then it started to gangrene.
In a minute, I gotta get a spoon.
And so the professor says if it's not working in 36 hours and it keeps going gangrene, toxic, we have to cut a leg off by the knee.
Wait.
And I was very upset.
Yeah.
My mom, everybody.
Gangrene is a very serious
right.
word. Yes.
But then they gave me whatever, I have no idea what it was. Every hour they came in with, I said, oh my God, it's schnapps. Every hour they came back with a drink, it's for clear. To get my circulatory system really working. And so, time goes and they come and check and do. And then after, maybe we have like 12 hours left, it started. Yeah. It was very thick. I was in there 6 weeks in the hospital. And my neck is so tiny. But it's been okay ever since. I have absolutely no problem. This is such a good job.
You were lucky with this doctor.
That's why I went to Germany. So I got a free taken care of. I had a good job, and I got sick pay.
Yeah.
My salary went down.
Yeah.
Great.
You were promoted.
I don't know why these people don't want it in America. They're so stupid. But
They don't know what they are losing.
I went last March. I was in Germany and I had to get a blood test while I was over there. My doctor said, oh, they can do that, it's okay. And I said, yeah. So I went to the University of Würzburg, and there's one of the best lung specialists in Germany.
Yeah.
He's Professor Dr.
Yeah.
Harvard lung.
Yeah.
And I go see him. I made an appointment, and I spent 1 hour with him. And he said, oh, you're such a nice lady. You're just very engaging. Very nice.
Merci.
And he says, okay, for the lung, to advise you, you have to come back and go in the scan. I can't tell you because I don't know. And I said, oh, I have no insurance here. How much would that be, you know, because in America it's very expensive.
Yeah.
And he says, oh, let's not worry, it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
So I go back 3 weeks later, and I had the scan, and I had blood test, and I was there like half a day in the hospital. And for his hour, the first hour, he charged me 22 euros.
Not bad. Just for a coffee and sandwich.
Exactly. And
22 euros to sit when?
and the specialist in America, I talked to her 20 minutes. She charged $480.
I want that anyway.
Yeah. And he says, well, it's tiny, it's small, it's right at the edge. We go in, it's called VATS.
Yeah.
Video assisted thoracic surgery.
Yeah.
You have it down here. I said, no, I can't afford that. Even if it's cheap, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
Because I have to pay everything.
Yeah.
So I go back to America and I had it done there. Because now I have old age insurance.
Yeah.
And so that's out. And then, but he said, when I left, he's a very nice gentleman, and he says, Inge, I really would like for you to stay so I can make you well.
Yeah.
And nobody ever said that, and I cried, and it
Yeah.
was so sweet.
Don't
Yeah.
cry for
This was
me,
the doctor in
Argentina.
Germany.
And you know, at the 10 years that I've seen my cancer doctor in America,
Yes.
he has never said anything.
In a way,
like
you have
that.
been very lucky because so many years back, talking about
He's-
gangrene, you could be.
He's very upset because I don't do what he says.
Well, most people.
You know, he
most,
says you
most
have to
doctors,
have surgery, you have to have chemo. Everybody says surgery, chemo. 18 months now, and I said no, no. But I may have to have surgery. But maybe not. I really fight very hard not to have chemo.
Yes.
This is so important that I not do so much wrong
Doctors are.
because I've done so well
Yeah.
on this diet. I lost 45 pounds in 4 months.
20
And I can
kilos.
eat
20 kilos, yes.
20 kilos.
En 4 meses, per year.
And I can eat a lot.
A kilo per
Just
week.
different feed. Yeah. Well, it was almost a pound a day.
Yeah.
Every day a
Much,
pound.
yes.
And I feel energy.
Yeah.
Good energy.
How long ago?
I started last year on June 9th. And by mid-October, when I had my big scan, I had lost 40 pounds by that time.
Yeah.
From June to October. And my kidney, I had kidney stones. This is why, they're heavy. Kidney stones I had out. That was 2 hours in the hospital. Just 2 hours. And then twice, boom, boom, sonar, sonic, $16,000.
For this amount of money, you can get a flat in the south of Spain.
This taken out,
Yeah.
I was in the hospital 24 hours, and I said, I want to go home.
Yeah.
They said, no, you need to stay 3 days. I said, no. I really, so I went. Yeah, I just went. But that was $23,000.
Still.
It's amazing.
The aspirin alone is
Yeah.
like
But anyway,
$500, right?
But the insurance pays 80%, I pay 20%.
Okay. It's not okay.
But if I have to have the big surgery, then I live in a box.
That's what Obama wants to do.
Last time I had cancer, it was by everything, 2 surgery, chemo, everything, was like $120,000. You can't afford to be sick in America. You either have insurance or you die. Because everybody's against it.
euros. People here.
They don't want socialized medicine. They don't understand it. They don't understand it.
Nothing can do.
No.
This sort of. This
So
amount of money.
I keep ending up in Germany.
Yeah. Ya.
I went
Claro, se va